Hi everybody, this is AJ with GetInspected. We're back from our COVID hiatus. We're in Toronto area and we're looking at this 2013 Lexus LX570. It's got 110,000 kilometers on it, silver in color. Overall, pretty nice condition. A couple of minor little, not even much really. A couple of chips though, here and there. Mostly in the front. It does have protective film on the front, on the pillars, in the A-pillars, door handles. So we did get the full package of protective film. I don't see any major accidents. A couple of little things, like I said, here and there. The only sign of repair, looks like there was a little bit of a paint repair in this top portion of the tailgate. That is the clamshell style tailgate, and the top portion opens separately, and just a little repair, probably a little dent or something like that that's been repaired. Nothing major though. Other than that, everything looks pretty nice, presents well. Said no signs of repaint or accident or anything like that. All the windows match, so nothing's ever been taken apart or broken into, anything like that. It does have running boards, a little wax left over. Windshield is in good condition, no major issues at all. I don't see any chips, cracks, or anything like that. There's a VIN verification there. And the door, it does match. On the roof, there are a couple of little ding right there. And there are some scratches on the luggage rack. So you can see those. Other than that, it looks pretty good. Sunroof, it looks good. Everything like that. Look at the tires, brakes situation. They are all the same matching tires. They all look pretty good. They are Pirelli 2018s. There's the date. With about 730 seconds of tread. And tread wear looks nice and even. No issues or anything like that. Front brakes look brand new. You can still see the cross hash marks on the rotors, and the pads look new as well, you can see in there. So front brakes have been done very recently. Suspension components, I don't see any signs of issue. There is some surface rust on the chassis, welds, things like that. Pretty typical. Nothing to be totally concerned about though. And the front axle boots, everything looks good. Again, there is that typical Canadian surface rust under here. For SUVs, usually used in the winter, so they get a little bit of that surface rust throughout. We go to the passenger front, and we do find a matching Pirelli from 2018, and again with about 730 seconds of tread. Nice even wear, no issues. Rims all look pretty good. There is the rim lock. No real little tiny bits of curb rash, but nothing really to overly complain about. Again, suspension components look pretty good, no signs of issue. Same under here. On this side, everything looks pretty nice, except for the surface rust. While we're here, I also don't see any leaks, signs of issue. All the lower covers look good. I don't see signs of like off-roading or anything like that. As we look down the chassis, we do see some more surface rust here and there. I would probably suggest a oil spray to slow some of this down, so we don't want it to get any worse. But it all looks pretty good. Again, transfer case, transmission, all this stuff looks pretty dry. No signs of issue. Right rear tire, again, is a matching Pirelli Scorpion with a 2018 date and about 730 seconds of tread. So I'm sure all those tires are in good condition. Tiny bit of wear, but nothing much.
Rear brakes are pretty new as well. Not as new as the fronts, but I'd say there's probably 90% on them. Pads, you can see, are at the top, looking pretty decent. The rear area, differential, I don't see any leaks or anything like that. All looks pretty good. Spare tire is here and in good condition. No issues, has it? The rim looks good, doesn't look rusty or anything.
Go to this last tire, then we'll look at the interior. And again, we have a matching Pirelli
2018 with about 730 seconds of tread, nice and even as well. Brakes are similar to the other side, about 80%, 90% I mean, looking pretty good.
On this side, again, we see the surface rust, but no real issues. All looks pretty good.
Exhaust system looks good, etc.
And down this side of the chassis,
All looks pretty good as well, aside from the surface rust. No real issues that I see. You'll see more pictures of the chassis in the report,
but I have no major issues. We start in the back interior of this behemoth. So this is the clamshell style. Top opens and then the bottom opens. And we do see back here is the owner's manual. Everything is here with it, so we have no problems there. Carpet looks pretty nice in this area. No real problems. The jack and emergency kit are in this little door here, as it should be. I'm gonna go around front and show you the third row, and then we'll close them, show you how that they work, everything like that. So the third row seating, so it looks pretty good. These are just little indents from it being closed all the time with these, but they're not ripped or torn or anything like that. Carpet also looks pretty good. Looks like barely any use back here. All looks pretty nice. And now I'll show you the operation of them closing. So they do fold down. And then this button here does put the seat up. And then second button I have my fingers on the button, but it does work. I'm going to put this back down and make sure the down button of this does work. One second. So this button does put the seat down. Should have showed you that in the beginning, but it does all work. And as you see, carpet looks pretty nice here. No signs of issue. There are floor mats. It's the passenger side front floor mat. Looks pretty good. Put that back in the truck. And then the second row winter mat also looks pretty nice. Close this back up, and the automatic close does work on this tailgate. Interior in the back all looks pretty nice. Door panels are good, no signs of real wear or tear. Overall, really, the interior is in pretty nice condition in this vehicle. Put this seat up for you. Leather is in nice shape. All looks pretty good. This center console for the rear does start two-hand operation, but the wood grain looks nice on it. Everything looks good. It is equipped with factory DVD players. Rear of the seats look good. All this climate control, everything looks like it should. Carpet back here looks good as well. The front passenger side. Door panel looks pretty nice. No signs of issue. There are some scrapes on the front of the seat here. Power seats, I tested them, they all work. So all the power options that I have found seem to work okay. Glove box is in working order, and it does have the factory earphones, 2 sets, and remote control for the DVD player. So all that is there, and another piece of owner manual there. This all looks pretty nice up top here. We're going to go to the driver's side and look at all that. This door panel looks pretty nice. There's a couple of typical kick marks in the bottom of this door, but for the most part it's pretty decent. Again, there's a couple little scrapes, but seats, power seats all work. Everything looks good. Carpet over here is the winter floor mat. Carpet looks pretty nice. Underneath, very small salt stain there, but for the most part looks good. Dash top looks good. We hit the start button. We're just turning on the ignition, just show you that everything does come on and work. 110, 225. Now as you can see, the maintenance reminder needs to be reset. It looks like the oil was pretty new, but as you can see, navigation works, audio, this stuff works, you can hear it. So everything does seem to work okay. Phone, Bluetooth, climate, and all these touch screens do seem to work. So we have no issues there. Also, the air conditioning does blow cold and the heat does blow hot. I tested all that, so we're all good to go. All these doors and things seem to work without issues. The lock for the wheels. I did test the suspension, and that does go up and down as it should. I will test these other modes, sport, comfort, etc., as I go for the test drive in a minute. Everything does seem to be pretty good though. Console, these things move for comfort. And inside this big cool box, oh, it looks pretty nice. No signs of issue there. I'm gonna look under the hood real quick. Now I did do a computer scan, and we do have one history code, which is a rough idle. It's not present right now, but it is a history code. Other than that, everything else seems to be nice with no issues. So under here, typical Lexus, we really can't see much. All these covers are in place. I did take this cover off and this cover off, and everything looked pretty good. You can see a little bit here in the video. Belts, hoses, everything seems okay. There is a bit of oil on this valve cover, kind of all over it. It might be from oil changes, things like that. I don't see any signs of real issue, but it is to note that there is oil on that valve cover. It doesn't look like a leak. It just looks like a potential for sloppy oil changes. Tested your coolant, which is right here, and we're good to negative 43, and it is nice and clean. Your battery is under this. It's hard to see now. it's there. It was okay. I think we were at about 12.6 and charging at 14.4, 14.6. All looks pretty good. Your brake fluid is in here, and it was good with 0% humidity, so we have no issues there. So under the hood is good. Have no real issues. There's that one history code, but other than that, we look pretty good. So overall, looks like a pretty presentable vehicle for a 2013. Pretty low kilometers. We're going to take it for a test drive now, see how it runs, make sure all those options work, things like that. Once again, this is AJ with Car Inspected. It's good to be back, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.